What's it going to take?
I saw your layup.
Do you travel?
Did
you travel?
I think
I
you
did
did travel.
walk. Yeah, there's no question. But did you like
But
to
that's
finish?
what we do, right? Huh?
Well, how did you like to finish?
Decent.
Decent.
Got some work to do.
A lot of elevation. What does, if you guys are going to make the playoffs, what does that look like for you guys?
That's the goal. That's what we're trying to work towards too, and I still haven't made the playoffs, so that's really one thing that I'm looking forward to, getting on that stage and really experience that. But yeah, that's the one motivator for us, at least.
Tell us about your military service. Just kind of how it went.
It went good. It's gonna challenge you physically and mentally a little bit, but it was a good experience to have, and I had good times and made a lot of friends. So I'm happy to be focusing basketball again, like full focus on here. But I mean, I think it's an experience that I can kind of. It's a good experience for me to have as a leader and kind of moving forward, but.
How did it alter your basketball preparation, either positively or negatively?
It didn't change that much because I started right after the season, which I normally take some time off anyway. So I was able to kind of knock a lot of it out just without worrying about basketball because I'm not supposed to be working out. And once I started working out that summer, I think it was a pretty easy. Like I did my service in the morning and had an opportunity to go work out in the evening. So it worked. The timing changed a little bit, but I was able to get some work in. So
A year ago, you shared that you kind of changed a lot of your working out, your diet, and some things like that. Did you make any more alterations, or just continue with kind of what you had changed a year ago?
Continued with a lot of the same stuff that I was doing. Of course, the staying in the woods changed your eating habits a little bit, but once that was over, it just kind of kept going what I was doing.
What about your service maybe took you out of your comfort zone the most?
Believe it or not, even though I'm from Finland, I'm not that happy in the cold. So I think we had a pretty cold summer. It was still just waking up crawling out of my tent and see snow in the first week of May. That was a pretty freezing moment, but it was not that bad. So
Are you done with
It's
it,
good.
or do you need to go back next
yeah,
summer?
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you talk about the woods. What exactly does that mean? Like, what were you doing?
Just learning basic skills. Basically, we went to a shooting range a lot and kind of learned how to work as a team in the field and camping, I guess.
How are you
Put
as
up a
shooter?
tent, put up a fire.
How are you as a shooter?
Solid. Yeah.
40%?
Hopefully a little bit better than that.
Coach talked about on Friday about you taking the next step, like from a leadership perspective, that you guys have had a lot of conversations about that. What have those conversations been about, and just how do you kind of grow into that leadership role with this team?
It's kind of always tried to like the showing up and really leading by example. That's always been me. I haven't been that vocal, so I think that's kind of been the message of like really holding each other accountable and being able to talk to the guys. But big thing for him was like to not change who I am. Like I might lead in my way, talk to the guys individually. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be the cuss you out in the front of the team type of leader. So really trying to be more connected with the guys, but still do it in my way and what's comfortable for me. And what we talked about is not just me. Like we still have older guys, and we all step up a little bit, and so it's gonna be good.
On the court, what's the next step for you?
Just improving what I did last year, I guess. No, just being able to kind of picked up the different coverages at the end of last year. Kind of teams were throwing different stuff at me, and kind of it was good to see that. But I'm sure it's going to be a lot of that this year as well, and kind of learn to make the reads and make the passes, and still obviously improve on everything. Like I always, it's just both ends of the court, just defensively, and then still improve on the stuff that I was able to do.
Statistically, your isolation numbers in the early part of the season were outstanding, and then they actually diminished a little bit as the year went on. Was that, do you have any feeling on why that was, or what you need to do to improve in that area?
Like the efficiency part? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we looked at the film. We've been working with the coaches, and it's a lot of just seeing the way they play me, and kind of learn the different footworks and to create the separations and stuff like that. But it's a work in progress. But yeah.
How would you say the military service challenged you mentally, and what do you feel like you learned about yourself through that experience? Yeah, I mean, it made you uncomfortable at times, and kind of learn how to get through that stuff, especially on the basketball court. We all know what that looks like, but that was like totally different thing to kind of learn new skills, and kind of how to get through the situation, which individually and then as a group, and just so I think that was the challenging part, kind of being expected kind of to lead and survive with the stuff that I've never done before. Like on the basketball court, when adversity hits, like you kind of know. I mean, I've been playing basketball for 20 years, so I kind of know how to get through it. But that was kind of a mental part, I would say.
What do you know about John Collins' game, and how do you envision the two of you kind of meshing?
Obviously came out at the same time, so been playing against each other a bunch. Just he's been able to knock down some shots, and that's been really good for us. And the games that we've been playing in the preseason here, and but yeah, really athletic, wants to play defense. Just really unselfish guy and easy to play with. That's what I've noticed. Yeah.
After making the All-Star team last year, does that make this year easier because you've kind of established yourself, or do you think that ups the pressure because everybody knows who you are and what you do and how they attack you?
I wouldn't call it pressure. I think it was a good experience to have last year, and but I'm really trying to improve on that, and really have a better year. That's kind of my motivation for me. Kind of that's the standard, and not just for you guys, but for myself, and that's what I want to get to again. And because that's gonna, at the end of the day, that's gonna help us win games when you play at that level.
Is that liberating to reach that level, to feel like, this is the expectation?
Yeah, it feels good. I think it's pushes me individually, kind of not take any days off, not take any plays off during the games or practice, and really do the right things, and can't really be messing around. I think that's kind of that keeps you on track for sure.
This is the first time you've gone to an offseason knowing you're the man for the team the next year. How did that change the way you approached your offseason, or how you feel right now?
Approach is the same way, same hunger that I've always had every offseason, and that's what I really try to work on, because I know the season's going to look.
Turnover.
Yeah, that's my bad.
The season's going to look a little different, but I mean, it was motivating me at the same time to work even harder, kind of, because we really want to step into that leader role on the court, like playing wise as well. So,
Do you believe in yourself differently now than you did a year ago?
I've always believed in myself.